Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. The interview's
It's
over.
true.
That's it. That's, that's great.
It's true.
Thank you very much
Yeah.
indeed. That's very nice of you to say. Yeah, I mean, believe me, when the people started writing on the internet and in the papers, I kind of accepted it because I understand there is passion and there's a lot of passion, but there's no reply. All I could say is go and see the film. If you see the film, then you can maybe understand what we're trying to achieve. So, I ignored all that when it was happening. Um, I think probably just the physicality of it. I mean, every day we would be, if we were doing action sequences, then I planned from the very start to be involved with everything I could possibly be involved with. And so I was. And every day I'd get a little bruised, or I'd get a little, something would twist, but painkillers and, a little stroking and tender loving care helped me out.
For
Well,
example,
I love that about it. That for me was really the playing of it was very. I was very fascinated by it. I wanted to make him as complicated as possible, but without losing the sort of the fact that he's Bond, and Bond has certain things he must do and behave in a certain way. But I wanted to make sure that as an audience we were kind of questioning what he was doing. Well, there's every moment within
sorry.
every moment within the scene, it's me. Every little moments. There are certain things I cannot do. I mean, it's insurance, and also because stuntmen are better at doing it than I am. What was incredibly rewarding about that was just the fact that with Sebastian, who plays the bomber in it, his free running is what the film is, what that part of the film is about, and it's how Bond has to try and keep up and has to have. So every time Sebastian goes dunk 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 and does a beautiful dance, Bond goes and hits every surface really hard. And I like the fact that the audience hopefully is watching on the edge of their seat and is wincing every time Bond hurts himself. So it's me at most points. I'm up there sometimes, and sometimes it's, I don't remember every bit, and I'm not going to tell you why. We wanted it from the very beginning to set up so that, otherwise he can't fall in love. How can he fall in love if he's not human?
If I agree.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That just proves he's human. Yeah, I'm a big fan of. I mean, I've always been I mean, from a child I was in it. As a child, I certainly was. As an adult, I'd never thought of being James Bond. But it's one of those things, isn't it? Even the worst James Bond movies are kind of good. They have always something nice about them, and they're good to watch. They're fun to watch. I love the early ones very much, from Russia with Love and Dr. No, some of my favorite movies. I mean, I like all of them in a way, but Sean Connery defined the role. So for me, he was the Bond. I mean, and he made the role happen. So he's always been my favorite. Um, well, I'd never said it, and I haven't said it since, and I didn't say it before. I didn't practice it. I knew the line, so I didn't have to rehearse the line. And all I wanted was that when we did it on the day, it came just straight out of the scene, and it was simple and just done. I don't think could have done the film if that wasn't in the part and I hadn't seen that within the script. I don't think I could have got involved because I don't like films where a character remains the same all the way through a film. I don't see the reason for that. So for me, it was important that we saw a man that changed, that went through something, that had a life within the movie. That's kind of a complicated question, really, because I mean, I'm not a James Bond. I'm an actor. I bring my experiences of life to the role, but I also bring my experiences of James Bond to the role. So because we've all grown up with it, and we know certain things that he should or shouldn't do, And I just tried to push things a little bit and tried to push things in a way that, I mean, I think he loves life, except for all he does is kill people. And I love the fact that that you have that going on in himself, and I think that makes him complicated. Yeah, I have no problems with gadgets. As long as they're in the story, then they work. I don't think that he should be. I don't think that he should be using missiles to shoot buses with. You know, it should be that they should, but if they're in the story and they work and they make the story better, then they're definitely, you know, they should be there. For me, she's a great actress, and I think that that was really the key to that role, was that we needed somebody who could work on the depth of the character, and the character has to be somebody who I think is equal to James Bond. That's why he falls in love with her. So I think that you know, Eva brings to this a mystery. She brings her beauty. She brings her talent, and I think that for that to have worked as well as it did, it wouldn't have done unless Eva had played the role. But that was important, I think, because I think he likes, for me, I think he likes smart women. He should like smart women, because he'll get more out of life if he does like smart women. I mean, he likes, you know, beautiful women and maybe not so smart women, but the ones that he falls in love with has to be smart. And the next project after we finish with this movie now is to go on holiday and get some sunshine.
French movie, maybe?
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to, yes. Yeah. There's a lot of French actors I'd love to work with, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.